All right, here we go again. Mooshell Obama. You heard me. Mooshell. Not Michelle. Mooshell. Obama was on CBS this morning about 6 days ago. And let me just start off by saying that people like Mooshell, Barack, the left, this is what they do. They try to divide and instill fear. By instilling fear, they can push their agenda in other ways to get votes. That's what they need, just votes, okay? Because that lets them get their people elected and keep fucking up the country, okay? So Mooshell's carrying on with Gayle King being interviewed, and she states that black people are still living in fear while doing their ordinary, activities like walking their dog, going shopping, going to the park, shit like that, okay? Then the conversation heads over to that her daughters are now driving, and she's scared. She's in fear of her daughters because they can be mistaken, maybe because they're driving with loud music, and maybe they're mistaken because they see the back of their head and see that they're black girls. Are you fucking kidding me? You're fucking kidding me right here. You are in fear of your daughters that have 12 Secret Service agents around them. You gotta be fucking kidding me, okay? There is nothing that's gonna happen to those girls. I guarantee you that. If a fly were to come by that little girl or their daughters, that fly would be dead. Okay? But you see, this is what she does. She wants you to think that they're living in the ghetto, that they're living in the hood in fear. When she has a secret agent detail, he has a detail, and each daughter has a detail. There is nothing that's going to happen to those kids in the sense of profiling or the cops profiling them and gonna pull them over and, and gonna fucking pin them to the ground and, break them and maybe beat them up. Bull fucking shit. But this is what they do. They want you to think that they're living in the ghetto. Oh, you know where her ghetto is? It's in Martha's Vineyard. Upper white middle class. I believe their house was like $17.1 million or some shit like that. Who fucking knows? But anyways, this is the bullshit that they do, okay? Then she continues to go on by saying this, that her and Barack had to make a statement after the Chauvin trial and after the Chauvin verdict. And she said, and I quote, reacting to the verdict, saying it may have been a necessary step on the road to progress, but that we will need to follow through with the concrete reforms that will reduce and ultimately eliminate racial bias in our criminal justice system. Interesting. How about this, Mooshell? How about we work on 70% of black children come from black unfathered men? Let's just start with that. Oh, wait a minute. How about this? How about 1 in 3 male black men will be incarcerated at least once in their lifetime? Oh, how about this? How about we start working on Chirac, the town that you guys are from, the town that you and Barack were from, where there is an average of a death toll of sometimes 24 to 25 people dead a night. You know why they call it Chirac? I'll tell you why they call it Chirac. The numbers of deaths in Chicago right now are as much as that as when we were war in the Middle East in the Iraq War. That's why they call it Chirac. But yet again, she's sitting here trying to tell us that they're living in fear and that the black community is in fear. You see why they're in fear? Because they do this fucking constant bullshit. They're trying to make it sound like, oh my God, poor son. Well, yet again, she's living in white America, which she hates white America, but she's in Martha's Vineyard, right? You see the hypocrisy that they cause? But here you go again. Mooshell opening up her fucking mouth. And then she goes on by saying this. I had to write this down because this is just too good. Then she goes on that she says the following, and I quote, we don't want to be out there marching. I mean, all those Black Lives Matter kids, they'd rather not have to worry about this, Mooshell said. Okay? They're taking to the streets because they have to. No, they're taking to the streets because they're trying to find an opportunity to go looting and stealing. If you remember back in the 50s and 60s when they protested, there was friendly protests. Yeah, they lit some cars on fire. Okay, I get it. But there was no looting. There was no destruction. Their point was to hear their fucking voice. But what these kids do is they find an opportunity to go in. Oh yeah, they want their voices heard. Let me hear your voice while I go and steal a Chanel bag. Or let me hear my voice while I steal a surfboard. Okay? I'm not trying to be racist here. But you ever see a black surfer? I've seen like 2 in my lifetime. Okay? You see, this is the kind of bullshit that they keep trying to push. Okay? And you know what? I'm tired of this thing. Fuck her too. You know? So that's a rant on this one. Mooshell, opening your fucking mouth. You know what? You were in the limelight 5 years ago. It's time for you to fucking move the fuck on. Goodbye. See you the fuck later. We don't want to see you. We don't want to hear you. Adios.